Um, elite spec or fortified spec? Kind of tough here. Guess we can go with elite because the crawlers kind of work pretty well with this, and hounds are also pretty good with elite spec. So maybe this is the kind of pack you want if you get elite spec. Definitely not my first choice. I mean, the fortified spec has a better pack for our playstyle, but um, fortified spec 17%. I don't think that's worth it. They really should buff that fortified specialist, right? Like, what if it was like, 20%, 22%, 25% was probably too much. But I mean, for how weak the specialist is, like, it really should be like, because I mean, it's only 100 to go 12%. I mean, 15%, it's only 100. So how is that specialist so garbage? It's only worth 100, a little bit more than 100. So yeah, I say 25% minimum. The hounds are going to be a little bit forward. They're going to get sniped by the marksman until we get range on them. Yeah, the first one goes down for free, but there's not much you can do. Like, we need something in front of the tower. We still have a couple hounds left here, even here. So I think we have a really dominant pack into what he has, and especially with the crawlers. Laser sight. I don't think so. I don't think so. And you could throw it on a Mustang, but it's just too much. 100, right? So we got to think about this here. We probably need one Mustang because we have funny money, right? We can't go for 3 deployments. So we have to go for something. Maybe we go for the Phoenix. Maybe the Mustang's slightly better. So the only thing is, are we gonna get cheesed over here? Okay. Gets the item on a marksman. I don't think it does anything for him, honestly. Marksman's only level 1. What is the extra 20 range gonna do? And he paid basically the same cost as the marksman, so I think that's a mistake, in my opinion. Yeah, at least put it on the... I was gonna say the tarantula, but they already have an item, but... Yeah, you'll see that this marksman with the extra range is going to be completely useless. He doesn't even have... Well, he got assault mode. I guess with assault mode, then it starts being pretty good. But he needs to get levels. And he's just getting run over right now. I kind of feel bad for how badly it's going for him. So the Phoenix is the obvious choice. I think you could also put this in the middle. All right, let's complete our chaff line, or do we just get range on the hound? Do we get levels on this just to make it more scary? I kind of don't know if that's a mistake or not. Could be a mistake. Maybe the hounds is the right decision here. Let's go for the range. Because we don't have necessarily the best chaff gear in the world. We're going to be falling off. Okay, Void Eyes is genuinely a bit scary. I'm happy we clicked range, because now we're not gonna have as much of a chaff clear problem. Okay, so he sold it. Wait, did he sold his? He sold the marksman just to get a Mustang. I love the placement of the Mustang. I just don't know if you sell a marksman to get a Mustang, because you don't make any money from that sale. So on one end, the range of the marksman is a long-term play, and on the other hand, selling your unit and getting nothing it has to be long-term, because he loses short-term from it. But I think the problem for him is that it's getting close to the factory round, so the game's about to go to a completely different direction. I wonder if we go for the shield item here. Kind of feels good. 200 is just way too much to invest, I think. I don't want to keep pouring fire into something that's going to be obsolete pretty soon. Ranging the Mustangs is interesting. Could also go for Wasp, but he already has the Mustang. I think we go for another chaff clear. And maybe ranging the Mustang is what we want. I don't know. I think we want the Phoenix, though, more than that. So I like to be perfectly symmetrical. This is more for... It's nothing to do with how the game, that it's better. It's just potentially OCD or something. Do we go for another chaff in the middle, or let's just go for the other Mustang? Yeah, I don't know what we need to unlock here. Alright, it's time for the storms, I guess. We're not clicking anti-missile for sure on the Mustang. We'll just let the factory absorb the storms. I mean, maybe we could have invested into that steel ball, but maybe level 3 steel ball is where you kind of have to take it. So I'm not sure how we're doing here. We're not doing amazing. We're not doing horrible. He's got range already on the tarantula, that's why. We're not doing that good. Okay, so he wins the first round against us. Now we can't go factory quite yet because of the situation with Elite Spec. Imagine this Phantom Race is pretty interesting. Just click range on them. I mean, just click armor on them. Not armor, but shield. Could be an interesting play. But do we really want to do that? I think we want to get into the factory here, but could be an interesting play. This is 500. This is 500. I think I go for the sledges are interesting as kind of like pulling his chaff over. That could really work, but we're not going to be able to afford crawlers to support that, and I think that makes it really bad. So we go for the cell, and I think we just go into the factory right away. Because it's either now or never with these kind of games. And fortunately, we don't have the money for the beacon, which is a huge problem. But we need the HE no matter what. Maybe we just put it here just so we can kill everything. Just let everything die. Hopefully it's not tanking too much here. What did he go for? Went for the sledges, okay. This is kind of just like, it wouldn't have moved in anyways with the beacon. Obviously it would be a little bit better with the beacon, but it's already doing a lot. Like, if it gets to close to dying but not dying, it's an absolute disaster for the opponent, because he wasted all his DPS on it and still couldn't kill it. And there's a good chance that that's what's going to happen here. We're lacking a little bit in the DPS department here. I mean, the chaff clear department. Alright, probably go for a spell. I'm not sure, but the lightning would be interesting, but it's expensive. We don't even have to move this guy. I mean, we will, but you know, we have to move it and then go for some kind of lightning storm here just to clear his shaft, or yeah. I kind of don't even want to move it because there's more stuff here to kill, but the lightning or orbital bombardment? Maybe orbital bombardment is good enough. The other spell is just too expensive. Put this in front. Yeah, we don't care about our own units getting hit. Like, it doesn't matter for us. Maybe get a level on this tower, maybe put an oil. Just see how much money we got left here. $300 left. Do we get shield or... Can we just go for another distraction here? Imagine you don't want his stuff to come in so quick. Maybe this is good. And a level on this tower just to be safe, maybe? Okay, melter time. Not what we want to say for sure. And it looks like 2 melters are going to be coming here. Might be one too many, because the lock is going to happen real soon. We can consider going for the wasp shaft, but it looks like we're getting in here. No, we're not. That's too bad. Maybe we should have went for the lightning storm. But we might still clean things up, which is the crazy part. That's what I don't understand. Like, how are we still winning? I think he overinvested into the melting point, right? And our backline universally useful units are just killing everything. So, kind of makes me feel happy, but I just don't understand how I won that round. Advanced power control system. That could be interesting. So now we have to come in from here, maybe. Maybe we come in from here. Speed isn't going to do anything because there's chaff in front, you'd imagine, right? So let's skip this. And got Mustangs here, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's the Wasp chaff here. It's not great, but kind of like our only option. Okay. Now what? Now what? I kind of feel like we need to take out the tower more so than kill his melter. Just spamming random missiles everywhere. Okay, that's pretty nice oil for him. It's very nice oil for him. He's gonna get slowed right away. But as long as the wasps are alive, it's kind of pretty good. And we are killing the Mustangs. So I really like our play with the wasps now. Because he only had one Mustang there. That was his mistake. He wasn't expecting the wasp chaff. Got suck, isn't he? Oh wow, that was close. That was real close. Still stuck in this oil. Okay, final blow comes from the war factory. That's pretty. That's a nice like message. Okay, keep playing on. That's fine. You know, we know how to play this. The wasp swarm is going to be a problem. All right, now we have to take the spell. So the thing is, we could keep coming in from here. I feel like, yeah, he puts another melter down here, but I mean the only problem is this oil. We can get around the soil, I think. Maybe not. Maybe just slightly over, like this. But I don't love the position, but I love the wasps, though. Maybe he also hits our wasps, too. So maybe might be better to just do what's a little bit less expected. Is just move it. I think we still go for the wasp chaff. I'd love to click shield on the wasp. Maybe that's what we do here. But we need range and speed, you'd imagine, so we can't afford that. Probably throw a missile down here. Probably missile this. Okay, yeah, so good thing we got out of there. Now we might kill some of our own wasps, but still. His melter's completely distracted. This is amazing for us. Yeah, I think we win here. This elite spec is so good with the elite recruit Mustangs. Maybe we were doing well before we needed the factory. Okay, hold on a second. No, I might be celebrating too early here. Whoa. Okay. Let's give them a chance to make a stand here, because if you win immediately right away, it doesn't show that you're good. We'll go for the sandworm, and we won't sell them. And we'll click shield, I think, on the wasp. Okay, what do we need here? So now we come in. We need range for this shore on this. So we'll sell it, get it back. Now we have range. We need mech div, probably. For 100? Yeah, probably. Want to have a shield on the wasp, honestly. Maybe that doesn't do anything. He's already got the Mustangs here. We'll just come in through here or here. It's not the most amazing angle, but I think it's fine. Think about this here. We'll just go for ground chaff. Maybe we do go for another wasp. Just throw down the shield. We don't have the shield money, though. So we need to think about this. We're running a little bit out of time. It's kind of a crazy angle to come in from, but might just work. Come on. We're running out of time here. That's the problem. Okay. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay, so he actually sells this. This is crazy. He repositions his melting point. That's real bad. He didn't want to, like, he shouldn't have repositioned this. Like, that was exactly the angle we were coming into. Now this, uh-oh. Melting point's starting to advance forward. This is not good. But we still have chaff in front, which is crazy. Are we able to start striking? We need to get that tower debuff. We're not going to be able to kill him unless we get the tower debuff. And that's not happening. Okay. Very well played defense there. Wow. Okay. Okay, I thought this was going to be a walk in the park, but it's actually getting very sneaky, very problematic here. Intensive training. Does it matter? Do we need to go? I think like 2 is better than 1. I don't think we need intensive training. I like launcher overload, but I want another factory. Maybe we sell out of one of these guys, but I mean, at this point, it's gonna click the degen beam as well. That's what I'm worried about. So, the degen beam is concerning. Photon coating just to play it safe. Can we go for another one? Maybe we just go back here, I think. So this means we can't afford a second one, but we can go at least with launcher overload. Kind of crazy how much text we're putting into this, but you know. Maybe go for attack here because like his tower is getting levels. Okay. Good thing we went for the photon coating here. Level 3. This is smart. So we're kind of going into the wrong tower as well, but the photon is just the overload is just insane. Might even be able to kill his yeah, we just, how is this shooting so fast? Like this is shooting faster than I expected. Okay. This is crazy. Range and I think what the range does is it like fires more guns than what we're used to. So if we didn't have the range, it might only fire 2 guns, but with range it's firing like all 4 and then at double speed. So it seems like it's 4 times faster, whereas in reality it's only 2 times faster. So that range is actually pretty good. Okay, so fairly sure we win, but I wouldn't mind playing another round. But unfortunately we just win. Yeah, I wouldn't mind keep going here. Yeah, I don't know. Man, we kind of got lucky there, I think. I think we made the right decision. Had we not gone for the photon, I mean, the photon was probably unnecessary. Um, the range was necessary. You know, we could try this, just going like double factory, not moving it, but I do like to move the factory, but let's just see what would have happened. All right, so let's just see what happens in this last round, because I'm not sure really what the thing did. And I was thinking, you know, maybe that intensive training would have been good after all. Like if we moved it here. Hard to say, hard to say. Let's just say we skip here, we sell one of these, we go for the launcher overload. So we go for the second one. We're gonna be vulnerable to the EMPs, but I feel like with enough chaff, it's not a huge issue. Alright, so go for more chaff. Wonder if we actually move it like towards this direction. I mean, I guess you could, but it's just, you know, we can move it down the middle like this. Moving here is also interesting. Just focusing on one side probably could be a hair better. I mean, we don't even need it to beacon like that. It could just beacon like this. And then like this. Because everything's in range. Okay, loose for wait. He wasn't sure about what to do here. Uh-oh, what happened here? No EMP. Okay, now we get EMP'd. And these guys are sitting ducks, but how's the damage? It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay. So I'm pretty glad we didn't go in here. Too exposed in the middle, I think, because you have multiple, you just have multiple things shooting at it, and I think this is going to be a wrap for us. Okay, so good to know. Do not try to double end. The corner is the safest spot here. So let's say we move it to the corner, go for the same text, launch your photon, up. Well, wait a second. We don't have money to upgrade it. Yes, we do, but then we don't have speed and range. Probably not a good idea. So yeah, I don't know about this. The missiles, well, the missile, if it hits the wasp, it's good. So the only difference now is that we're level 3. Yeah, we can actually kill it. We can out kill if we're one level ahead. We can out kill the, we can out heal, we can out DPS the heal of the melting point. Hopefully we don't get photoned though. Why is it not shooting? Okay. Okay, well. Yeah, and that was interesting. So we actually narrowly won. I don't know how we won there, but we did different. Okay, so we were kind of in a tough spot there because in all the replays we weren't doing good. I guess this these techs were just garbage. I don't know why he went for this. Like goes for HE? Why would you go HE? Right? There's no way HE is a good tech, I think. And he went for a lot of them, so the Wasp got a pretty good reaction out of him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised that we couldn't win in the replay there. Perhaps what we needed to do is skip the photon and just go for double factory in the corner. I know what happened. Right, we didn't have range. We didn't have the so the difference was we didn't click tower range. Not having tower range is like is insanely bad. Okay, so we got EMP, but the graphics kind of didn't show. We're having a little bit bug with the graphic bug. So, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so that doesn't work either. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Are we... Wait, he doesn't have EMP. Where's the EMP coming from? Ah, he went for the Void Eye. Interesting. That's so smart. But level 3 though is a little expensive, but it's very smart. It's 4 second. Okay. So the photon really helped there. I see what happened. All right, yeah. I mean, yeah, too bad we couldn't come out with a positive result in the replay analysis, but at least we did the right thing in the game. Just goes to show that this was pretty tough to win.